Hey everybody, I am making a little bit of a different video. I was going to make this a chit chat video, and I think that's what I called it the last two times I filmed it, but I don't know that it's really what I would consider a chit chat. It's just a video that I need to make. As you can see, I have my makeup done. I had a very different plan for how today was going to go. I was going to film my Q&A, I was going to make a recipe video, and I sat down in front of this camera and realized after struggling for 40 minutes, I can't put more than 2 sentences together because my brain is not here, basically. That is why when I tell you guys I'm going to take a break or there's no video today, you know, whatever, like I can't film. It's literally I can't film. Like sitting in front of the camera trying to force myself to do something when my mind is elsewhere is just pointless. And I'm angry with myself that I've spent the last now hour and a half forcing myself trying to do some kind of regular kind of content to give you guys, because that's what I said I was going to deliver. And there's literally nothing that I probably dislike more than wasting my time and telling you guys things that I don't deliver on. Although I guess I technically said I was going to film the videos this week. I didn't say that I was going to upload them. So maybe there's still hope, but we'll see. Basically, I wanted to make this video because I've gotten quite a few messages asking how I am, and thinking about that question and thinking about my answer kind of led me into something that I just kind of wanted to throw out there, because I feel like there's got to be people who have felt like this, and you guys have never been anything but supportive. So I feel like if there's any kind of people out there who could give me advice for where I am, it would definitely be you guys. And I've been asked how I'm doing, and I guess I would say that I'm struggling a bit, because in my normal day-to-day life I feel fine, but on mornings like this morning when the kids are with their grandma and Mark is at work and I'm left alone, and not anything to preoccupy my mind other than work, but you know, talking to a camera, you're still kind of in your own thoughts, and I don't know, I just don't feel that great. I don't. And this happened after this past cycle. I'm 99% sure that I had a chemical pregnancy again. And before I tell you what happened, just know, in case you're new and you haven't watched the other videos, there is a 0% chance that it's hormones left over from the previous pregnancy. I've had lab work and also negative pregnancy tests for a really long time, even before my lab work confirmed that my levels were at non-pregnant levels. So it's in no way, shape, or form leftover hormones, but basically I tested at 12 DPO. I got a faint line. Neither one of us were excited whatsoever. And I mean, you can get a faint positive at 12 DPO and be just fine and have a healthy pregnancy. But I think from where we've been, it was just not at all what we wanted to see. And figured I would test again the next morning, to which I woke up to my period coming a day early. And I was so mad that I threw the test away, and I spent the next 2 days convincing myself that it was an indent line, or it was just a screwed up test, and that it wasn't real. And then my period stopped for an entire day. I was like, well, that's strange. And I feel nauseous, which I had been feeling nauseous and having headaches for a few days prior to even testing, but I was trying not to pay attention to them because symptom spotting has just not like done anything other than let me down before. So I was trying not to pay attention to it, but I was really nauseous that night that my period had stopped, so I decided to take another test. And I took that test at 11 o'clock at night. I hadn't have held my urine for more than 2 hours, and I took that test under the assumption that it would come up negative and that it would be foolproof, that that first test was wrong, and, you know, the cycle just didn't work, and move on. Nope. That line was there. And that was, like, I was shocked. I was shocked. That's like to the degree that I had talked myself into that first test not being real. That's, like, I was shocked. And literally moments after seeing that test, my period kicked back up again. And if you guys have been following my OBGYN debacle, whatever you want to call it, my OBGYN was in a practice that broke up, and now she's at a new practice, which is fine and dandy. But when I called them about going and getting blood work, they told me that I had to be seen in office to establish care before she could order anything, prescriptions, or lab orders over the phone. And she's booked until August. And it's like, that's the reason why I'm 99% sure, because I don't have labs. But I mean, I know what a faint positive means. And I know what getting your period and then getting negative tests after that mean. So. And the crappy thing is like, my doctor really, like, lives for labs. I mean, she'll probably hear me out, but I don't know that it can go on, like, my medical record if they don't have proof that I was pregnant. Because as soon as I started my period again, like, it started back up that night, I literally, like, just broke that test in half and I threw it in the trash can. And I was so angry. Like, I don't know how else to put it other than I was angry and I felt completely hopeless, and I don't know. It's been hard ever since then, because I think even after the miscarriage, we still felt really hopeful about things, especially because with our very first miscarriage that happened back in 2013, we had that, and that was our first pregnancy ever. And that was, like, obviously one of the most difficult time in our lives. But then we got pregnant with our daughter Sophie, and that pregnancy went perfect, and we have our 3, almost 4-year-old daughter now. So I think we were very much under the assumption, and I don't know why, knowing and suffering through multiple miscarriages, but I think we were under the assumption that everything was going to be fine next time around. You know, like, this just didn't work out, but next time it will. And there's something completely disheartening and defeating that comes with feeling like that, and the next time not working out either. And I don't know where to go from this. I don't know how to make myself feel better. I've talked to my friends until I'm blue in the face. I've talked to Mark until I'm blue in the face. And everybody else is still hopeful, and they keep faith that this is going to happen and everything else. But I'm not exaggerating. I'm not trying to be dramatic when I say that I cannot find a shred of that for myself anymore. And I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know. If I could make myself feel better, I would feel better about it. But aside from forcing that, I don't know how to do that. And it doesn't feel right to force things that I don't feel. I don't know. I know that other people suffer longer and harder and, you know, stuff. So don't get me wrong and think that, you know, I'm just sitting in my own pity over here and that I think I have it the worst, because I definitely know that I don't. But when this has been something that we've wanted for 1.5 years now, and with trying at the beginning of January and now being at the end of July with, like, no progress made towards that, it feels like crap. It feels like crap. And it's not even like that we haven't gotten towards that goal. It's that we take a step forward to take 3 back. And I don't know what to do with that anymore. Like, I do not know how to make myself feel better from here. Because I've had a lot of people say, well, take a break, you need a break, and, you know, if you give it a rest for a little while and you come back to it. But honestly, that's just gonna make me feel worse. Everybody I'm sure is different. Some people I'm sure, like they do feel better after a break. But to me, that would feel worse, because the only thing worse than how I feel right now is not trying to me. Because then that really feels like we're not doing anything, and that, like, you know what I'm saying? When we were going through all of like the waiting after the miscarriage to get the green light to try again, I told Mark, like, the hardest part about this is feeling like we're not doing anything to put ourselves closer to having another kid. And I think the only thing harder than like going through all of this is us stopping trying, because that would feel to me like we had given up. Even if it would be like a break and we'd be like, oh, okay, well, we can just keep, it would just feel like, why? Because at this point, I don't think there's anything anybody can do or say to make me feel better about this. I think the only way I'm going to feel better is seeing us conceive and seeing my body carry a healthy pregnancy to a live birth. I think that's the only thing that's going to help me. I just keep thinking about cosmetology school, as weird as it sounds. And it was before we were going to go on the floor. And our teacher told us, there's going to be a lot of self-doubt that you have. You're going to question every decision that you make. You're going to feel like you don't know anything. She just kept talking about how it's going to feel kind of crappy for a little bit. But she said, my best advice for you is to fake it until you make it. You're not going to feel better about your talents and what you're doing until you see yourself do those things. And that's all I keep thinking about. I just need to see this happen. And unfortunately, the only way to do that is to also risk it not happening over and over and over again. So it's like, what do? If you don't put yourself out there for it to happen, then it's definitely not going to happen. But if I put myself out there and it works, but then it doesn't happen, I mean, I guess at least count it towards a step towards your goal. I don't know. I don't know. And this is what I'm saying about, like, second guessing what I'm talking about. And I don't even know if I mentioned in this video, but the other 2 times I've made this video, I've deleted them because I'm worried about what I'm saying, if I'm saying too much, if I'm saying things the wrong way, if people are going to take me the wrong way and whatever. And it's just like, this is, I'll say things and I sit here and I think, well, maybe I should have said it this way, or maybe it'd be better if I said that instead of this, and just like picking it apart. And it's just like, it's driving me crazy. It's driving me nuts. And all of these feelings and trying to figure them out, trying to figure out how to put myself in a better place is also, it distracts me when I'm alone by myself from doing other things. When I'm trying to make videos and I'm trying to sit here and talk to you guys, like, especially in these moments where the kids aren't here, Mark's not here, and I don't feel like, okay, after I'm done, they're gonna come out, and it's just like, I know I have this moment to myself. It's just like I start to feel the things that I tell myself when they're around to just wait to feel. I don't know. Because it just surrounds trying to conceive, and I'll say that too. Like, I don't feel this type of way in any other aspect of my life. I'm still happy. I have a great time with my family. I have a great time with Mark, like, whatever it is, like, I can still go out and be happy in my normal everyday life. But this side of our life is, like, very much becoming very, very difficult and heavy, and I don't know how to manage that. I've never been in this position, and that's why I wanted to make this video. First of all, to show people that this healing process is not linear. It's one of the best quotes I've ever read. So there's going to be days that you feel good and days that you feel like crap. And especially to those of you who have commented on my miscarriage story and said that that's recently happened to you, I want to show you that even 2, almost 3 months out, I'm still struggling. Like, there's still hard days, because I think that's important. I think being honest about this is important. But I also made this because I want to ask for your advice. I want to know if you've been in a situation or similar, what your advice is for somebody who's feeling hopeless about something that they want to achieve because they just keep getting what feels like taking one step forward and 3 steps back. To wrap this up, since my battery is going to die and I need to go, yep, I will also say that I have other health things going on with me, generally non-reproductive related, but I will tell you guys more in like an update in a couple weeks because I won't know. I have to have labs done this week after I have my doctor's appointment and stuff a couple weeks from now. I'll let you guys in on the know, but there's stuff going on there that's also a little heavy too, and I don't know. I'm just in this weird place recently where it's just everything feels a little hard right now. And I don't know. I'm just asking for your advice on if you've ever been here, what got you through it. But to turn the subject to something positive so I don't feel like crap after this video ends, and to let you guys know, because I'm genuinely both proud and excited and just feel like you guys should know, but Sophie is officially enrolled in preschool and so excited for that. Today a lot of the errands have to do with me volunteering at her preschool, getting stuff done to be able to do that, which if you are a childcare worker, I've gained so much respect for you and the things and the hoops that you have to jump through just to be around these little kids all day. But I am so excited for her because I know this is just gonna be so great for her. She's very, very much excited. I don't think that she quite understands the concept of school, obviously, because she's never been in that kind of environment, but she is excited, and I think she's excited to do something new. So that's something that's just been a really cool thing that's going on in our life, is getting her ready for school. And she starts early September, so it's coming up quick. And she has also been playing soccer the whole month of July. Actually, on Thursday, it's her last soccer game, and I'm really excited to like see if this is something that she continues to do because she seems to really enjoy soccer. So we'll have to see if this pans out to anything. And in August, we are also going to sign her up for gymnastics classes as long as there's some spots left open, but on Saturdays, and I'm pretty excited to see how she likes that. I thought when she was younger that she would love being a dancer, and as a dancer myself, that made me, you know, like something we could share together. But I don't know, seeing her play soccer, I think she might be more of like a outdoorsy, sportsy kind of girl. So we'll have to see, but nonetheless, I mean, maybe she'll like both. So there's that. But we kind of wanted to sign her up for these little top programs that aren't like anything serious. They just last for a month. It's just kind of to see if your kids have a knack for this, if they want to do it, you know, because actual sports and dance or even things like karate and stuff, like when you enroll in those, it's like a commitment, you know, you have to do that for an extended period of time. And we want to make sure that she understands that too. You know, my parents didn't really care if like I tried something and never wanted to play it again, but they really wanted me to at least finish out seasons and stuff because you did make a commitment to the team and stuff like that. So just trying to teach her some of that, and it's been fun. It's been interesting. She's had a lot of fun with it, and so has Mark, because the parents are pretty hands-on, and he loves like playing soccer and helping her at these little, I don't even know what you want to call them, practices maybe, but it's just been a very exciting time with Soph. And as far as Remy, she's doing a lot better. I know I mentioned like the sleeping stuff, I think the last time, and I'm happy to report that that faded out. I think shortly after I made that video, it started getting better, even more better than what because I think in that video I said it was starting to get better, and it just continued to do so. But I do think that that was just a 2-year thing. So if your 2-year-old is acting like all of a sudden they can't sleep without you and they've got a little bit of stranger danger going on, it might just be a 2-year phase kind of thing, because Remy's right back to the amazing sleeper that she's always been. And it's been really fun to see her kind of growth over the past couple months. She's just getting so much more mature. Like, she's learning so many words. She's in the stage of repeating everything, which is a dangerous game. But, you know, she'll hear her sister say something and she'll repeat it. And she's definitely in that stage of like saying things but not saying them correctly. So she'll call a tomato mato, and it's just little things like that. It's just such an adorable stage. I remember Sophie used to call chicken salad Chicky Sal, and Cookie Monster was Cookie Musa, and it was just so cute. I remember all that, and now I'm getting it again with Remy, and it's adorable. It's like that stage of them talking right before they talk in full sentences and stuff. So trying to just appreciate this little bit of baby she's got left in her, but she's doing really great. She's got an appointment with the dermatologist. Literally, just as I was thinking her eczema was doing really great, it seemed to be doing a lot better. I think we're going through like another flare-up because it's starting to get a little bit worse again. So I'm very much anxious for that appointment with the dermatologist because I don't know. I hope I'm doing enough for her, I guess. That's the thing I worry about with eczema. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing great and we're on a good path with it. And then when she gets a bad flare up and it comes back and it's worse, it's just like I feel like I'm not doing enough or I'm doing something wrong. And it's hard, but she is all around doing really well, and so is Sophie, and they're just enjoying their summer. And I guess the last thing that I'll try to touch on before my battery dies is that I am learning that this trying to conceive can't be my only goal. You know, I watched back my 2018 goal video, and that was what I had said, that 2018 we wanted to bring a baby home, and that's not going to happen. And I think trying to conceive being your only goal can be very consuming in kind of a bad way. I mean, obviously it's great that you want to add to your family, but if you let it be the sole thing you're focusing on and you're striving towards, it's just like, it's soul sucking. It really is, especially when things don't go the way that you had planned them, or that you thought they would, or that you hoped they would, you know? So, you know, obviously I try to, you know, my goal always is to be a better mom, a better wife and stuff like that, but I'm learning that I also need other goals for myself too that don't surround trying to conceive. So one of which is making sure we do everything left on our bucket list for the summer and spring, which I'm very hopeful that we will get to do. We've got a few more trips planned, just little day trips, but I know this was probably a little bit of an odd video. I probably didn't look at the camera much because honestly I'm just trying to say how I feel and focus less on the fact that a camera's sitting right here with me. But like I said, I wanted to get this out there to let other people know that it is a process. You know, like 3 months after my miscarriage, I'm not fixed and completely, you know, all better anymore. But at the same time, I also genuinely want your guys' advice because I've never been here. You know, fortunately with trying to conceive in the past, we haven't had to be here, but we are now, and I would really like your advice. So if you have it, leave it in the comments below. I don't know if there's going to be another video up this week. I'm thinking of uploading this and seeing how I feel. I'm not really sure, but either way, I'll let you know in the community tab, and I'll probably let you guys know on Instagram as well. So make sure you're checking those, and make sure that you have the post notification bell turned on. Feels kind of weird saying that. I never tell you guys to do anything like that, but you know, if you want to see if I'm skipping days or something like that, it's probably your best way to see it, because I know YouTube doesn't always like to put things in chronological order, just like Facebook or Instagram, because who wants that, right? But I don't know. I need to go. I've got a lot of stuff to get done today, but I very much need to make this video. I need to get it off my chest and just put it out there because it's quite frankly exactly how I'm feeling today. And, you know, not feeling great enough to make my typical videos. So I want to be honest with you guys. And especially to those of you who've been asking how I am. And if you have left me kind words and advice in being the supportive people that I know you always are, thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me when I say that. I mean it. So, again, I don't think I want to say that I hope you enjoyed this video, but But as always, thanks for watching.